There are many career opportunities for the audio engineer, and you will find that most professionals are accepting whatever they can get their hands on. Careers like doing live sound at concerts and venues, being a DJ across the world at clubs and events, recording sound for TV and film, all of which are skills of a studio engineer. A studio engineer should always be maintaining a personal profile where he can show off his stuff, almost as if he is branding himself. There are other websites which focus on different industries, like Taxi, which is for recording, publishing, TV, and film, and Reverb Nation, which is focused on getting your band out there, handing out your digital press kit, unlike the old days when we had to mail in our old CDs. So whether you're on set all day recording for a TV show or for a film, or if you're a DJ in a nightclub, holding a second job at your local restaurant so you can pay the bills, I feel for you on that. An engineer should always be maintaining an image online and make sure that they have their audience targeted and that they have their niche figured out and that they don't have to change it. They should pace themselves and enjoy it while they do it. And network all the time. Head up all the events that you can, even if it's not in your industry. Don't think anything's below you. And, you never know who you're going to meet. Get your music in contests. If you're a DJ, be releasing mixes constantly of people's favorite music. It's important for the engineer to be open to other industries. The gaming industry is a very fast-growing industry. The aspiring sound engineer for TV, games, and film should take whatever videos they can from online and add their own sounds and showcase them on their websites. Take whatever advice you can get. Listen to the success stories that are out there. People will always tell you that they always thought they were going to be rock stars, and that it's not the way to think. They got lucky. Good luck.
One of the biggest and oldest challenges that musicians face is getting your music out into the world with little or no budget. Getting it into the hands of people on top is one of the hardest things to do. Here's some ways that can help you get to number one without breaking the bank. First things first, the internet. YouTube, Facebook, and MySpace are still among the simplest ways to get your work out to people. And it's free. But don't stop there. There are plenty of other places, such as forums, that allow people of similar interests not only to post their finished projects, but also collaborate with others on ongoing ones. One of the most important things in the music industry is going out and being noticed. You have to expose yourself, whether it's playing an open mic night at a local coffee house or opening up for your favorite band. But it's not just about playing the show. As anyone who plays music will tell you, it's about the fans. Take time to talk to people, hear the feedback from the fans, because they're ultimately the ones buying your album. If the fans aren't happy, you're not happy. When trying to stand out in a crowd, you have to be creative and think outside the box. A great way to get noticed is by entering a contest like Battle of the Bands. But to truly be creative, try playing at your local park or even at a bus stop. In many instances, it just may be being in the right place at the right time, because you never know who's who in the industry. I hope that this podcast gave you some resources and ideas to help you reach your goal. And remember, it's all about exposure and the ability to go above and beyond.
My name is Christian Garcia, and my topic is overcoming the challenge of being a financially successful music artist. In the last 10 years, record sales have dropped due to the internet, where you can buy or even illegally download songs and full albums. In 2007, the New York Times reported that there was more than a 20% decrease in CD sales, and despite having successful digital sales, the digital sales did not make up for the loss in CD sales. To make up for the drop in CD sales and to promote their CDs, artists are now doing more shows and touring more often. For example, Madonna had 7 concert tours between 1985 and 2006. Each tour had an average of 48 performances. But in 2008 and 2009, to promote her album, Sticky and Sweet, her concert tour had a total of 85 performances, which grossed a total of $408 million. Nowadays, artists are relying on shows and other things, such as TV appearances, movies, etc., rather than just album sales.
Hey, what's going on, my YouTube viewers and subscribers? It's Reek and Joe, and I bring you this video today to talk about a quick tip on how to get noticed as an up-and-coming recording artist on the internet or anywhere. Okay, so my tip is original music. You need beats that sound good and that you have permission to use, whether it be making them yourself or buying them. Now, if you want to just skip all that technical beat making stuff and you're willing to invest in your career, then you should look at buying beats, or in the upcoming artist world known as leasing, which in short terms is a way for you to gain permission to use original commercial quality beats on your albums or demos by producers like me for a very low price. So as you can see, I talked about how you can become a more noticed and original artist by having original beats, whether it be creating them yourself or leasing them from other producers such as me. This is a great tip to help you stand out from the rest and get noticed.
You've got to create your own excitement. I mean, you've got to create your event. You've got to be a band or an artist that someone's interested in. It's the same. The way you promote and what you have access to and how you promote, the mediums you use may be different because of the internet. Today, if you're good and you perform and people like you, and people keep coming back, fans keep coming back, which means you've got to think of yourself as a real serious artist. They keep coming, people will notice. People will take notice. It's not going to be a mystery. If you don't, it's like a tree dropping in a forest. No one will.
Hello, my name is Cody Ricks, and one of the major pitfalls of the movie and music industry is, yes, you guessed it, piracy. It's way too easy these days to log on to YouTube or Spotify and listen to your favorite songs. It's as easy as Googling your favorite movies or videos most of the time also. And even if that doesn't work, there is Pirate Bay and all their glorious torrents. CD sales and audio sales, videos also, have fallen because of this. So how are you supposed to overcome this? Well, it's hard for independent artists to sell enough records or videos without being on a label and or company. The world has turned into a hit counter basically, and you need to put your work out to as many different resources as possible. Justin Bieber did it off of YouTube, and so can you. Copyright your work and hope for success. It's best ahead for the big companies such as Netflix Indie, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, Last.fm, Rhapsody. Don't get me wrong, your work is going to have to be timeless and receive many views to even see a reward, but it seems to be not only the best way to defeat piracy, but the best way to get noticed for bigger and better things. iTunes seems to be one of the best ways to make money, actually. I think every dollar that goes to iTunes, you receive 70 cents of it. Rebecca Black, Friday, whatever, she received a lot. I think it was 3 million hits off of iTunes, and quote unquote that money went to her, but we don't know. So defeat piracy, put your work out to as many people as possible.
Oh, and even though I just harped on piracy, keep the internet free.
There are challenges everywhere. Jobs, school, but then there are industry challenges. Well, specifically, film industries. Can you name one? Go on. I'll wait. Let me help. You could compare film challenges here to places like China or even Canada. You could say Canada has said that the conditions for producers to compete against other Canadian film companies are there, but the challenge now is to produce stories that will interest the world. You could also say Canada expressed showing barriers and obstacles in effectively marketing English language Canadian feature films in their country. But what about China? Money is not the problem, says Wang Zhoujin, chairman of Huai Brothers Media Group in China. But the film industry is desperate for creative talents. China states that because they simply don't have the money for big budget films, they have invested more time in a good story building to keep the audience's interest. But how do these compare to film challenges in America? Film executives everywhere agree there is no longer major free thought film industry think tanks to consider new approaches for films. Of course, that's just a better way to say we are simply running out of ideas. So now you know. The next time someone says, hey, what are some of the differences between challenges and the film industry? You'll know.
Nepotism is the #1 way to get a job in the entertainment industry. The mantra, "It's who you know," is one that's been drilled in every film student across the country. But what if you don't know anyone in the entertainment industry? What if you don't have any access to the people who can help you get a start in your career? This was how I started my journey. I had no family, friends, or acquaintances that were in the entertainment industry. But I learned some great ways to get your foot in the door without having to rely on nepotism. One way to overcome nepotism is to enter contests. Whether you're a screenwriter, director, or producer, there's a contest you can enter. I'm a writer, and since I couldn't get my scripts into the hands of a production company without an agent, and I couldn't get an agent without knowing anyone, contests worked the best for me. I didn't even have to win. Once you place in the quarter or semifinals of a competition, people in the industry use it as a gauge. They now know that industry professionals judged your work and liked it, especially contests like Nichols. When I made the semifinals, people started calling me, and I formed great relationships with producers and agents that I still work with today. Another way to overcome nepotism is to apply to every fellowship you can find. Fellowships, unlike internships, put you in a different light to executives. With fellowships, you earned the right to be there. A fellowship means that, like a contest, you entered your work, whether it be a short film you directed or a screenplay you wrote or a feature that you produced. Then a committee picks you to be a part of their fellowship. That way, you're on a set or in a writer's room shadowing people who have the profession that you want, and they see you as an up-and-comer as opposed to a production assistant. These are just 2 ways to get your foot in the door without having the privilege of knowing anyone in the industry. Nepotism is a hard thing to overcome, but there are definite paths you can take to conquer it and have the career you want in life.